hope you're well today. Thank you for checking out today's video. If you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm Hannah Ruby. I upload videos every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. And I just hope that you're all keeping safe and well. So today is a new one on my channel for me. I'm going to be doing, as you've seen by the title, a review slash impressions kind of a video of Taylor Swift's new album Folklore. I've been kind of wanting to do sort of like a review type video for a while, but it's just kind of seemed a bit daunting to me. I definitely don't want to be upsetting any fan bases or anything like that, or, you know, saying the wrong thing or anything like that, you know. But I just thought, you know what, I listened to her album, I think it was the day after it came out, and I just listened to all the songs in one go. And for the first song, which was Cardigan, it was the music video, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna just write down everything I think about these songs, first listen through, and then once I've done that I can kind of decide if I want to do like a review or if I've got enough to say about it. And I actually did write down quite a lot in the end. So I thought, why not? If it doesn't work, you know, it's not a good video, it's not a good video, but, you know, whatever. So firstly, I'm just going to address the background. My new studio monitors, I'm so pleased. It's all set up and going. Thank you to my dad who gave them to me. You can see my music desk behind. I'm going to do a video of that at some point, of like my setup and everything that's going on there as well. So yeah, sorry, I'm just checking that I'm actually in focus, or like I've not got lipstick on my teeth, because I've just done a review of this eyeshadow palette on my other channel. Called One of a Ruby. I'll link it below if you'd like to check it out. It's already up, it went up yesterday. So yeah, back to the video. I've been a huge fan of Taylor Swift literally since, you know, Fearless. Fearless was actually one of the first CDs I remember getting, and I've been a fan of her like ever since, to be honest. I loved Fearless, I played it all the time. The album, obviously I loved the song as well. I had it on, I think, was that back when I had an MP3 player or my iPod or whatever it was. I used to play it all the time. I just loved it. And as the years have gone on, I've still been a fan. I've maybe not listened to every single song she's released always, but I've continued to be a fan, and I listen to a lot of the stuff she releases. And it got to this album and I thought, I'm gonna listen to every single one and see kind of what I think. And kind of before I start, what I think is great about Taylor is that, well, firstly, she is unapologetically herself, which I love. I think that is great. It sends such a great message to everyone as well, like, you do you, you be yourself and you live your best life and be the best version of you. I love that. And I also think it's great that she's able to like kind of reinvent herself, but like authentically, if that makes sense, for like each album, to kind of keep things interesting, you know. So she's like remains authentic, but she kind of shows different kind of sides of herself for different albums, if that kind of makes sense. So obviously the great example of that would be, you know, she did Lover, which was very kind of pastel-y and like dreamy and all of this stuff, and then Reputation was really like badass and like, you know, just badass basically, kind of to the point and just like kind of a bit darker. And then obviously Folklore again is very different. So yeah, I think all her albums have been quite different. Again, 1989 was a different one as well. Obviously her country ones were different, so I think it's great. So I thought what I would do is I would go through each song and talk about each one individually, and then at the end I would kind of talk about the album overall. It's quite a big album. I think it was like 16 tracks or something. Then she's got her her extra one, The Lakes, if you buy the physical copy, I think. So yeah, obviously The Lakes I haven't got an opinion of because I haven't heard it. But yeah, so I thought I'd start. One thing I'll note before I kind of get into it is I'm not going to be analysing the lyrics. I love lyrics. They are probably, to me, the most important thing when I write a song, and it's the thing I enjoy the most, writing lyrics. But I've decided I'm not really gonna like analyse it. To be honest, I probably wouldn't like it if someone went through my songs and like analysed it, you know, bit by bit. I quite like what Freddie Mercury said about his songs. He doesn't like to kind of explain them because he likes people to take their own meaning from his songs to what applies to them. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing that, but I am going to be, for I think pretty much most of the songs, just highlighting some lyrics that I think are really like powerful or just like stand out. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, sorry, I'm just looking at my laptop here. I've written down a whole Word document on everything, which helps me organise my thoughts a bit better as well. So, for Cardigan, firstly I watched the song and the video, and this is what I had to say about like my first listen. I liked it, and I liked the words. She's always has very good lyrics, and that's one thing as well I'll say for Taylor, is her lyrics are always outstanding. She's a great lyricist. Is that the word, lyricist? Yeah, I really admire what she does with lyrics, because obviously, like I said, lyrics are very important to me. And I put down as well, I'm looking forward to hearing the acoustic version of the song. I thought that would be quite interesting as well. I liked the magical type element to the video, kind of like a folklore thing, but I didn't really kind of get the story. I think that's another one I'm gonna have to watch the video again. I've listened to the song a few times since, but I haven't actually watched the video again, so I need to watch the video again to kind of get what it's kind of doing there. But I thought it was good. So that's kind of what I had to say for my first listen of Cardigan. Anything, when I listened to it again, the only thing I had to add was lots of the lyrics I like in it. The lyrics was the main thing. I was like, yes. And the bit of the I bit, I thought that was really good as well. Quite like hooky, catchy. So for the lyrics, I chose a few. I found it very hard to limit myself in choosing like the standout lyrics because they were all very good. So for Cardigan, I chose, "You drew stars around my scars, but now I'm bleeding. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed." So they're the ones I chose. For the last great American dynasty, don't know how to say that. That one has actually been quite stuck in my head actually the last day. I've just been singing da, 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 da. It's just been stuck in my head. So I said for this one, for the first listen, I liked it straight away. It was kind of upbeat and I liked that. It actually gave me Marit Larson vibes, if anyone knows who Marit Larson is. She is a singer who I love. She's brilliant. I've covered some of her songs in the past. If a Song Could Get Me You was the first one I did, and I love it. So if you type in Marit Larson, If a Song Could Get Me You, it kind of gave me those kind of vibes, which was awesome. And I found my foot kind of tapping along to it as I was listening to it, so that was awesome. I put down, I really liked kind of the melody in the instrumental, and with her songs I found she kind of is either, it tends to be more kind of metaphor based, or it's written like you're kind of reading a book, or kind of like a mixture. And I like that as well. I really love to use metaphors in my songs too, so I really like that too. And I put, for the lyrics, there was none that really particularly stand out, but I thought it was interesting how she did the kind of, she had a marvellous time ruining everything, to then swapping it to what, like, she bought it, I had a marvellous time ruining everything. Just thought that was quite, like, cool she'd done that. So, on to the next one, Mad Woman. I'm not probably talking about them in the order they are on the album, but this was the order I listened to them in, which was the order they were on YouTube. So for the first listen of Mad Woman, I instantly liked the intro. It kind of gave me dramatic movie vibes. I thought that was pretty cool, and I liked the contrast of the calming, almost kind of like classic kind of instrumental, whereas like the lyrics were like fierce and fiery, and obviously like the lyric video was like fiery. I thought like the mystical witchy references with Folklore was very fitting as well, and I noticed this with quite a few of the songs, that they were quite short to the point, succinct lines. I thought that was quite powerful too. Obviously like with the lyric video you kind of really pay attention to that. So lyrically I really like this one too. I had quite a few for this one. I put, "And you'll poke that bear till her claws come out, and you'll find something to wrap your noose around. and also women like hunting witches too, doing your dirtiest work for you. I'm taking my time, because you took everything from me, watching you climb over people like me. Thought that was quite powerful too. So that's what I had to say about Mad Woman. I don't think I had anything to add on further listens for that one. Epiphany, my first listen, I said is kind of, again, it was very different from the previous songs. It was kind of almost symphony choir-like, which I thought was kind of interesting as well, with a combination of like the clouds in the lyric video. Parts of it actually kind of reminded me of The Archer, her song from the Lover album, but it was much more kind of like heavenly choir sounding. So yeah, I thought I'd note that too. And it was a very like emotional kind of song. So anything else to add? Like, again, I'm not kind of trying to pick apart the lyrics, so I don't want to do that. But it did kind of make me think of war, like in the trenches sort of thing, and like almost looking back on it from like far away with the clouds. And it was like a cross between like a metaphor and a storyline kind of based thing. And I found verse 2 actually the kind of standout bit for me lyrically. Something med school did not cover, someone's daughter, someone's mother, hold your hand through plastic now, Doc, I think she's crashing out, and some things you just can't speak about. Yeah, I thought that verse in particular was very, very powerful. And I noticed kind of later on the ending was kind of like interesting. It was always kind of like a monitor or like a heartbeat kind of thing. And again, I thought that was, again, very powerful too. So that's what I had to say about Epiphany. Betty, so my first listen with that, instantly it reminded me of my own song. I have a song called Betty. Like, it's completely different sounding, lyrically, instrumentally, everything. But I have a song called Betty, which I wrote ages ago. And for ages I'm like, it's been stuck in my head. I'm like, I need to do something with it. I need to kind of do a video or release it or something. So that was just my first thought when I saw Betty. It gave me kind of Green Day Time of Your Life vibes. That was my first kind of note listening to it. And I kind of noticed it was kind of like the old Taylor kind of country style, which was really nice. It was nice to kind of, it was nice nostalgia, because obviously like that's how I first listened to her, with her country stuff. And yeah, I also feel like the showed up at your party bit is going to be very catchy with the words. You showed up at your party, that bit. Yeah, and that bit is catchy. That's definitely a bit that has been stuck in my head too. And I think I'm not definite because I'm not amazing with my music theory, but it sounds like there's like a key change in there, and I really like that bit too where it changed. So again, this one is more kind of like written almost like a kind of like a book, like you're reading a book, and I really do like the instrumental melody a bit more than the lyrics this time. But I don't really have a favourite lyric, but this was kind of what I chose. But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me, would you want me, would you tell me to go F myself? I thought it was very raw, almost like kind of, it was like thoughts swirling around, you know, in your mind, and you just kind of written it straight down onto paper exactly how it's coming to like your head. And I've also put, I'm only 17, I don't know anything. I thought it was kind of a contrast between the lyric where she put, when you're young you don't know anything. I can't remember exactly what song that was from. Yeah, I'm not quite sure which song that was from. I'll have it kind of here if I can find it. It was one of the ones off the album, I know that. And I just thought that was like a good lyric, because it's kind of like, kind of trying to figure out like who you are, like where you fit in. And it's like that battle kind of between like, I know who I am, I know what I'm doing, and like, I don't have a clue, like help me, like what's going on. So yeah, I thought that was cool as well. So on to the one. The first listen I had, I said it was like, again, quite interesting. It was again a different vibe, sort of upbeat but still kind of chill, and it reminded me of the earlier 2000s stuff, like not necessarily her songs, but like kind of Natasha Bedingfield, these words, like, you know, the early 2000s vibe. I liked that the instrumental was kind of simple, but it was catchy. And I put a song I can imagine could have made it as a pop tune, like Shake It Off, Blank Space, but she went for like the slow chill vibe. So yeah, again, I like that one. Anything else to add? I've put probably not my favourite lyrically, probably not my most favourite lyrically. I prefer the instrumental, like the melody. But there were some nice bits in there, like, you know, the greatest films of all time were never made. We never painted by the numbers, baby, but we were making it count. I thought that was some good lyrics. So, Illicit Affairs, first listen, I put interesting background, kind of with the rain on the dark path on the lyric video. My first listen, I was like, I'm going to need to have another, like, a listen to kind of proper gauge, because the thing with me is I find the first listen I have of any song, I don't always necessarily like it first off, or I don't get it, or like the first listen I'm always on the fence. It's very rare for me to listen to a song and like straight away I'm like, you know, oh my, I love it. So I always have to kind of have a few listens to decide what I really think. I'll give you a great example of that. There's a song called Ya Ya Ding Dong, which is my favourite song of the moment from the Eurovision Song Contest film on Netflix that's just come out. First listen I was like, what is this? This is terrible. And then I listened to it again, I was like, oh, actually I quite like it. And then by like the third or fourth listen I was hooked, and I've listened to it like multiple times every day since, and I'm planning to do a cover on it, possibly next week. So yeah, I have to listen to it a few times. It's probably like my least favourite one so far. There wasn't really kind of anything lyrically that properly stood out to me. Like I said, I quite like the metaphor. It was kind of written like a story, which is like still good. But I do like the metaphors in the songs, and instrumentally I found it a bit, I don't know, like a little bit kind of slow going. But yeah, I still didn't dislike it or anything. It was just not one of my favourite ones. And I put, for the lyrics, the lyric I thought was quite powerful was, you showed me colours you know I can't see with anyone else. You taught me a secret language I can't speak with anyone else. So that's that song. The next one is This Is Me Trying. I put first listen, quite like the intro. I couldn't really explain why, but I found it like interesting. And that was one thing I found to myself, the first listen between every song, I'd go, interesting. Just trying to like figure out kind of what I thought. I put, not sure how I feel about the extra reverb slash echo. I'm kind of torn between liking it, and I would have liked to have heard more kind of stripped back vocals without all the extra stuff on it. But I like how the album so far focuses more on lyrics and vocals, and instruments are more chill and stripped back. So that's one thing I really liked, kind of giving the lyrics and the vocals their time to shine more, so I thought that was good. Anything else to add? The lyrics I put stood out. I've been having a hard time adjusting. I had the shiniest wheels, now they're rusting. And then the second bit, pulled the car off the road to the lookout, could have followed my fears all the way down. So yeah. Next one was Mirrorball. This one, instantly I was like intrigued by the name of it. I liked instantly I put the stacked slash doubled vocals. And I also felt like it was almost like a slow 70s disco song, with like the lyric video with the disco ball as well. It was kind of like, I had my head bopping along to it. I also liked in the lyric video the kind of reflection of the words as well, just like a small kind of little detail in the lyric video, but I like that too. Again, I liked the lyrics, and if I was to be like really critical, there were parts where there were probably a bit too much echo or reverb, and I've put, from the first listen, this is the one I can see myself enjoying the most in the future so far. And I put for the lyrics that I thought kind of stood out, I can change everything about me to fit in. You're not like the regulars, the masquerade revellers, drunk as they watch my shattered edges glisten. So that's Mirrorball. Next one to Invisible String, which I think, after listening to it all and kind of doing all this, I think is probably my favourite. I put for the first listen, I liked the intro, the kind of the strings, and as like a British person, my only complaint would be how yogurt is the pronunciation of yogurt. Obviously over here in England we say yogurt, but in America it's said yogurt. So that was just one thing. But I liked the combination with the clouds on the lyrics video. I thought it kind of suited the whole thing. And again, I thought parts of it kind of gave me like early 2000s vibes. And I kind of liked as well that it kind of gave me the like country Taylor vibes also. Again, I like the lyrics, and I am looking forward to an acoustic version of just her and the guitar. And I put anything else to add. Obviously about the third listen, I kind of put this one was probably my favourite, or another one which I'll talk about in a minute. And I liked the kind of the time references in the chorus. I thought it was quite interesting. So with each of the choruses, in the first one she's like her reference to time is kind of confusion. Time, curious time, gave me no gave me no compasses, gave me no signs. Time, curious time, gave me no compasses. Why can't I say compasses? What's wrong with me? Starts off with time, curious time, gave me no compasses. Gave me no compasses, gave me no signs. What is... I don't even know. And I put in the second chorus, it was kind of went on to like hurt, but then healing. Time, mystical time, cutting me open and healing me fine. And then like the last one, like good. And she kind of references purple pink skies and like wondrous. So that's what I had to say about Invisible String. My Tears Ricochet, my first listen, I said it was kind of quietly, and it kind of made me think of like mermaids singing or crying combined with like the lyric video, and I thought that was interesting as well with the whole like folklore thing. I like this, and it kind of, it's always like a funeral atmosphere, and I kind of said, I confirmed this, that it was later reflected in the lyrics. It hit me in my emotions, and I put like, it was like lyrically fantastic. There were so many to choose from. I put, you hear my stolen lullabies, weeping in a sunlit room, and if I'm on fire, you'll be made of ashes too. And it was just kind of interesting, like the whole song was kind of like a kind of death metaphor, like, and the whole like weeping in a sunlit room, and you know, stolen lullabies. I just, yeah, it was very lyrically powerful. I'm trying to hurry up a bit because my battery's flashing, so I think I'm going to have to go charge it before I carry on. I put for peace, I put first listen, kind of the intro was quite suspenseful and I liked it. It kind of was like, what am I going to expect? And it had like a nice little touch of the guitar. I kind of said it kept it simple and I liked it. And it kind of actually reminded me of Ed Sheeran a little bit. I mean, it makes sense, they're friends, they probably inspire each other. And I liked the outro, kind of suspenseful, but then like drifts away, and I thought finding peace ? So yeah, and I put for lyrics, but there's robbers to the east, clowns to the west, and I thought that was, it kind of made me laugh because it was kind of like, to me, it was like a reference to like clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, stuck in the middle of you. I don't know if it was meant to be like that, but it just reminded me of that. And I put, my favourite lyric was, but I'm a fire and I'll keep your brittle heart warm. So that was that one. August was probably my other favourite song, apart from Invisible String. I put, first listen, I put, ooh! I like this, kind of initially like a Beatles sort of vibe, and I put kind of Strawberry Fields, kind of like Far Away, sort of. And I put, like this song, good balance of chill and upbeat, and I can see myself enjoying this in the future a lot, which I do. I also put, again with this one, Ed Sheeran vibes with like the mini rap type thing in the middle. Cool, something a bit different to add to the song, and it wasn't expected, like that little rap. And I put, it'll probably be another favourite. And I put, I like the chorus melody the best. I do like the song a lot. Best lyric, but I can see us lost in the memory. August slipped away in a moment of time because it was never mine. So that was that one. Next one to 7. I really think I'm going to have to charge my battery unless I hurry up. So 7, I put first listen. Again, totally different to August. Totally different vibe again. It kind of almost gave me Evanescence sort of vibes. How many times do I say vibe in this video? My goodness. And then changes again about 45 seconds in. I thought that was interesting. And it kind of has a warm / cozy feeling to it, like the instrumental. Anything to add? Reading the lyrics is very sad. Melody wise, Sweet Tea in the Summer, Cross My Heart, Tell No Other is my favourite. Lyrically very powerful. And best lyric, Passed Down Like Folk Songs, The Love Lasts So Long. So yeah, this was quite an emotional song. It was very lyrically powerful, I thought. Exile, first listen I put Like This It's Good. Not too much else to say, we'll need to have another listen. It's a bit slow in places, but we'll need to give it another chance. Anything else to add? I like the contrast between the voices. This is the one with Bon Iver, singing different parts. I put standout lyrics. Chorus is my favourite lyrically. The verses, I like the melody probably best. I think I've seen this film before and I didn't like the ending. You're not my homeland anymore, so what am I defending now? That was a very good lyric, I thought. Hoax, I put so far the first listen I liked it. Not much else to say because I was getting very tired at this point. It was very late, so that probably didn't help. But I liked it. And I put anything else to add. Standout lyric, you knew it still hurts underneath my scars from when they pulled me apart, but what you did was just as dark. So yeah. And now I'm just going to sum up what I have to say about the album overall. I put kind of, when I was first listening to it, it was kind of interesting because it was like earthy nature, kind of grounded, with, you know, lyrics, clouds, fire, beach, lake, etc. This was a few songs in, I was just like, kind of fits in with the theme, and then obviously like the whole thing of like the vibes of the mermaids crying, and yeah, it just seemed to fit together very well with the folklore theme. I put it's a much slower paced album so far, and it was interesting that all the songs were put in lowercase. Just thought that was something to note. I put interesting, it seems much lighter than Reputation, and I put each album has a different vibe completely, and I like that. I said about obviously listening to each song, I was kind of like interesting, you know, wanted to listen to the whole thing in one go. And I liked how much more stripped back all the songs were. Again, I liked the focus on like the vocals and the lyrics. Emphasis on certain words in songs, which I thought was kind of interesting as well. The lyric video. Someone in the comments I was reading in one of the songs, it said the whole album kind of gave like Safe and Sound vibes to songs she did with Civil Wars, and I agree with that. And I love Safe and Sound. It's one I've covered. I'll put it up here if you want to watch it. I put later, kind of like looking back on trying to figure out my overall thoughts. I put it would maybe be nice to have a few more upbeat songs. Initially I put it can kind of sound a bit samey, although all the songs on the album do tie together quite nicely, being what they are, folky country. But then I went and listened to it all again because I don't know if that's like very fair to say because I haven't given them enough of a listen. You know, by that point I'd listened to it like once, some at a push, maybe twice. And I full on listened to them all properly and like really paid attention to the lyrics and really like listened. And I said, do you know what, actually upon more listening they are pretty different. You know, yes, some of them can be a bit slow in places, you know, but they are actually kind of very different songs with, you know, different vibes. They can be similar in places, and they can be slow in places, but they are different, and I liked it as a whole thing. I put, again, like the focus on the lyrics, it's all very kind of short to the point, almost like kind of blunt, kind of, you know. So that's what I have to say about the whole album. Hopefully I didn't miss anything out. I literally just said everything I thought about it as I was listening to it. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Hopefully my first kind of album review was okay. Please don't like be angry if you don't agree with everything I've said. If you do think something different, like put it like, you know, nicely in the comments so we can all kind of just chat about what we thought or different things we've noticed about the album or whatever. Yeah, so that's everything. I hope you enjoyed my review. It probably was quite long because my video is cut out 3 times now. So yeah, thanks for watching, and please subscribe for obviously new videos every Sunday, and like the video if you would like to see more kind of review type things or like different types of videos. And yeah, I'll see you next Sunday for another video. Take care, rubies. See you later. Bye.